feels like... Yeah, that's a good question. Their only hope is swap into instant stun. Well, they don't have the heroes alive to be able to play with that, and so Xavius can reposition, terms it with the sharpshooter, and jumps down to the low ground. Beautifully done coming out from the hoodwink. Scan, they know he's still there. Xavius still, can they finally deal with this Squirrel? No way Xavius survives. Meanwhile, though, Lelouch, he's got that outer ring in the dissimulate, so Lelouch is gone, and damn good wiving game, honestly. This is going to be the Void Spirit, though. So, they very much going to be able to... They're very much going to struggle with being able to deal with the Void Spirit.
On the top lane, looking to get the entire creep wave in onto him, as well as the combined attacks coming through from Force and Xavius, but they will get the... Wait, who got the first blood? Husky and Costabile, huh?
Yeah, they did indeed. And meanwhile, mid lane, Lelouch finds a solo kill.
Oh boy.
And again, we mentioned that Polaris are a vocal team. Lelouch giving some tips over, and Gunner's like, all right, well, yeah, the
it's gone much better for Nouns, though, in the laning stage than what we saw previously.
bottom lane, Lelouch is going to rotate down. It's a beautiful blood right. Getting that extra control over towards the Dawnbreaker. Lelouch is going to have the finishing blow, but meanwhile, they will not have a stun to stop the TP out. So going to consider about TPing Force in. The Bushwhack will be off the mark, but instead, a beautiful shot's going to lock Gunner inside the river. We'll see if the damage is going to be enough out of Force, and you bet it is. Gunner doesn't have the health pool to be able to stay alive, and now Lelouch is connected to mid as well. From bot over to help out with the rest of the members. Beautifully done as Polaris.
Doesn't feel quite as menacing.
Bottom lane, they need to be able to convert on this kill. An attempt onto the tier 1 tower. Natsumi's going to try and step out of the Starbreaker. Looks like Mu beautifully done with his cast. He's going to be able to secure the kill, and now they'll go for AU as well. So no way for the Enigma to be able to slip into the tree line. Lelouch is going to try and TP down. He's got some ultimate charges to play with. He's going to turn towards Husky, but the burst damage is not enough. And now Lelouch, he's in trouble. He's playing off the back of the Resident Pulse Absorption. That's enough to keep him alive. Mu will end up TPing up, so he'll be okay. But in the end, we get some other kills as well, so that's a big rotation for Lelouch to be able to find. 3-0-1, and we saw what he was able to do in game 1 top lane. Natsumi and Force in combination together, chasing down Costabile. They need to get in front of the Bristleback, but instead, it's going to be the help for the bonus tag team, already maxed out.
While Lelouch was away, getting a lot of those kills, and more importantly, the network.
Force might be able to solo kill Gunner. But the Solar Guardian and Husky's positioning will keep Gunner alive, although Lelouch, he's going to be able to fall up as well. Beautifully done. Steps in with a burst required. Meanwhile, top lane though, Natsumi is in a little bit of trouble. Vulnerable against the Bristleback, but a Rupture used defensively will enable him to get back towards the secret shot. But they do have a ward of the triangle, and Husky's going to try and connect. But it'll be the Ancients that deny the Bloodseeker.
Level 6 on Xavius, so they feel like they can go for this kill onto Costabile. I feel like they'll need some kind of resources, and that's where the TP comes in from Force to be able to do so.
Oh, Costabile is going to be in trouble. Look at the burst potential that comes out. And Force might be on point with the shards. A nice side set from Mu, because he's always playing with a Celestial Hand. And for Polaris not to be able to execute cleanly to blow him up as Husky. There's the Rolling Thunder we're speaking about, but AU will have plenty of time. He's even going to use the Black Hole. No messing around though with the Solar Guardian to be able to counter this. So a couple of ultimates expended from either sides, but the rest of Polaris, they're looking to get in the neighborhood. As they see that gun is caught out of position. An instant use for the swap, but Lelouch is nearby as well. But a beautiful double Bushwhack will hold Mu down into place as Xavius finds the burst required to get another kill for Polaris.
Yeah, they use
Leaves in a row that the Venge has been able to find some farm. Oh, hold that thought. Costabile is going to be picked up. Force and Xavius combination together. Not only do they have the Void Spirit that the Hoodwink can play with, but your Force is that farm they can look to play with him as well. As well, finally they'll address Z-Freak, who is freely farming up down bottom. It's going to be AU and Lelouch that were required to be able to defend the tower.
Severely increased right now, and I mean, right now it just feels like...
Onto the T1 tower. Look at the burst again. Force and Xavius with the sharpshooter. They haven't got the damage until Force is able to utilize the snowball, but now that the reinforcements are showing up, they need a stun. And they'll just find the last second. Z-Freak is there with the magic missile. They're looking for more though, but...
Out of necessity, right? He doesn't want to be super greedy. He wants to assist his team with trying to keep that top lane pushed out as much as possible.
Anyway, he jumps into the river. The Global Silence is going to be able to set up for the Solar Guardian. Bit of a mistake coming out from Lelouch, and yeah, Gunner gives him a tip back. He'll make sure he remembers.
going for the jump here, trying to catch out. For
In the river though, Moo. By the secret shop, Natsumi and AU. Yeah, they're going to be able to see the Dawnbreaker splitting up for the rest of the team, so...
The high ground watered as well. Xavius, not sure if you're in a position, buddy, to be able to go for this one, as the Rolling Thunder's committed to try and take him down. Get the slow,
cautious though.
Yeah.
The Rupture's there. Scarcy forced to cancel out the ultimate, and they recognize that Nouns, they're not playing with some big abilities to be able to utilize in the team fight. So 2 heroes are killed off with ease, and now they're even going to chase forward for more. Gunner's positioned up on the high gun. Costability did just...
Tusk. They've got a Bloodseeker that's able to attack super fast. They've got a Wraith Pact. Plenty of damage.
The triangle force. They'll get the jump onto Costabile. A snowball's going to buy them some time. A beautiful setup for Lelouch to enter the fight. The damage is getting spread apart, but once that Tsumi's able to enter, they don't have an answer to the Bloodseekers. The BKB just enables him to get the right clicks out, and now Costabile will look for the TP, but the Remnant instantly stops out in its tracks, and now they've caught out Gunner as well. Another tip, Lelouch, he'll give him one back as Polaris loses 0 members.
They're going to go for a kill elsewhere, just showing Costabile on the map because he still needs to farm.
They see Lelouch.
Getting baited here.
Let's see what they're going to be able to do. The swap back into the Rolling Thunder. That's a beautiful setup. Really nicely done from now. It's a crafty way to get the jump.
Here we last word off.
Swap back. Natsumi's got an opportunity for the BKB this time, though. The chain control is not perfect from Nouns. Was the BKB on cooldown? It actually might prove to be an issue for Polaris. Getting some usage out of the Rupture, so they'll just look to take the T2 tower.
I think they're waiting.
Xavier's in a position to be able to jump back in, though. He sees Gunner. Oh, no, an AU! What an ultimate! The Global Silence comes out, but it will not matter. The Black Hole has done the dirty work. It's a position 5 Enigma into all the counters. Has an ultimate like that.
Oh, he really wants to try and get the silencer. Gunner brought back. Single roll
on Force. There we go. A kick onto Husky. An easy pickings as Force beautifully done to the case. So in the end, Polaris T3 tower is going to go down, and the melee barracks taking a decent chunk of damage as well. Mid lane, Force, there we go. The kick onto the Bristle, but look at the damage, man. Oh no, Natsumi just cleans apart the Bristle back, and now they're going to turn towards the Dawnbreaker as well. He'll get some distance away. A beautiful Manta dodge is able to avoid the magic missile, and Hussey's going to be in with a counter once again. Force, he found Gunner. Oh, that's perfect. Into the sharpshooter burst. The Tusk catching out another straggler.
And going into... Oh, he's going the Atos. Okay. Is that a Gliknir that you've got now? It is indeed. So he was going into a Skadi previously on Natsumi. Had it queued up for the longest time, but I much prefer this. Just more stuff to enable your Tusk to have the big impact, because Force, how many offlaners do you see second on net worth ahead of a Bristleback? He has played a phenomenal game.
Look at... Oh, mid lane, hold on. Go back to live. Swap back into Force. Nice use of the Lotus Sword, but the rest of the team, let's see if it's going to be enough time to close the distance. And alright, a little bit of cards to go as Force, he'll go down. Natsumi, see if they can close the distance onto the Bloodseeker as well. It's still got BKB. I don't think they're going to be able to kill this man.
Run.
Oh no. We'll be able to get on top of Xavius. Let's go into the tree line, and he should be chilling, although the rest of Nouns are converging onto bottom, but they're a little bit slow to be able to catch up. Scan, they know he's still there. Xavius, oh, can they finally deal with this Squirrel? No way Xavius survives. Meanwhile, though, Lelouch, he's got that outer ring in the dissimulate, so Lelouch is gone, and Xavius is out as well. Look at all the time spent trying to kill these two members. Percent chance, 31 minutes in. Will Force? Oh, just doesn't get the kick, the slow. Now they're going to actually swap him back. Great reactions out of Force, being able to use the snowball to stop Nouns from jumping on that opportunity. And outside the base,
Gunner.
They see Gunner. Lelouch is going to give them the vision. They get the Remnant as well. AU's in with the Black Hole. There's going to be no way to stop that. An easy kill onto the core silencer. Enigma's starting to fall low. They'll have at least a finishing blow to deal with AU, but can they get out with their own lives as Moo? He committed into the middle of the fight, and as soon as the BKB expires, they'll bring him down, and Force is onto another target. Nouns crumbling, 4 members gone.
Who do you
really
even
feels
kill?
like... Yeah, that's a good question. Their only hope is swap into instant stun. Well, they don't have the heroes alive to be able to play with that, and so Xavius can reposition, terms it with the sharpshooter, and jumps down to the low ground. Beautifully done coming out from the hoodwink, and meanwhile, on the opposite side of the fight, Gunner is caught out once again. This Tusk Aghanim Scepter being too much for Nouns to handle.
You almost have to call it at this stage. It's just going to be too demoralizing otherwise, and they're even looking to try and go for one more force. You know the man's always going to go for that extra kill, and it looks like he might be able to claim it here. Just tosses the corpse outside of the base.
Oh no. Aski's doing what he can, but you know, this is looking like it might indeed be the series over and done with another kill to celebrate here for Polaris.
Another corpse kick. I love the ragdoll physics around it.
I'm a big fan of the Scepter as well. When we get to see some core Tusk, we didn't even mention the fact that the Tusk 3 is something that we've seen not have a whole lot of success, but Forces looked incredible on it this game. 12, 3, and 18. Very impressed with his performance.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's just that draft versatility, right? To be able to not just switch heroes around. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you can't show yourself. You actually cannot show yourself.
I mean, Gunner is a great Tusk mid as well, so he knows exactly the limits that you can look to play around, and I'm sure, you know, there's a little bit of karma for all the times that he's been spamming this out in his pubs, but they're just going to go for another one. There we go.
Combo like you were mentioning. Rupture to the kick, Costabile, he'll make it away. Hey, they do get force.
Okay.
A bit of a streak. They have to use a lot to be able to bring Kim down. Be able to turn it back around into Husky. And look at the damage at Natsumi. A free fight here for the Bloodseeker. And the final team fight to be able to close out this game. Bruce are back on for 50 seconds, and the tier 4s are starting to go down as well. A very important series victory from Polaris. Yeah, being able to 2-0 Nouns. And we also saw earlier in the day as well, they were able to go 1-1 in their previous series. So they are now going to be 3-1 here for Polaris to kick us off in the last chance qualifiers.
Yeah, for sure. And, well, it's on the back of some solid play, you know? The Polaris that just goes for the super deep dives without having the tools to be able to do so, they don't exist anymore. Well, maybe they're just in hibernation, but for now, they've been looking really solid, you know, being able to go 1-1 against a quality outfit like Na'Vi, and a very clean 2-0 against Nouns. It really didn't feel like they were challenged at many points throughout this series. Laning phases have just gone far ahead, and I like the small adaptations that they're making. The itemization's always on point.